Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is One Core Level 2 podcast. Hope everybody's being blessed, safe, and well. Hope everybody's good. Many prayers for comfort, healing, strength, and peace to all who need it. And like I said, I just hope that you're having a beautiful, blessed, wonderful Mother's Day. And just a beautiful, blessed, wonderful day in general. So, watching one of the, excuse me while I drink this water. Watching one of the Tyler Perry movies. I don't even remember which one it's called because he's made so many, but it's the one in it that had Lil Bow Wow in it and Lauren London and a couple others. Um, I really was just watching it and just looking at it and so I'm at work and I'm just thinking about what the mom said before she passed away, unfortunately. Just about how she was tired, and she was trying to get their attention. Trying to tell them, hey, fix some, shore some things up in your life that need to be shored up. Stop all this arguing, fussing, fighting. Not doing what you're supposed to be doing, all that stuff, and um, just and it really was just about listening, and just taking heed of what she was saying, and also to, in a funny way, what Medea was saying, but just the overall aspect of, like I said, both of them combined, and I was just thinking about, forgiveness and listening, and just having an open mind to say, hey, you know, whatever happened in the past, even if it's something that's current, whatever happened, you know, I I forgive you. We're moving on with life. We're moving on with, with whatever needs to be done. And I'm not gonna look in the past or dwell in the past. And also, even if it's not for somebody that's within your vicinity, even if it's somebody else, that you just need to ask them forgiveness, for, or to the point of, maybe they need to forgive you, if it's vice versa. So I just was thinking about, all of that. And when, excuse me, more importantly, just about listening, and about, just opening your ears, like I said, and just being like, hey, I might not have heard you before. Maybe wasn't, clear on some things that I said, maybe there was some miscommunication, but all of them that were in the family, especially the movie that I had seen again previously, about Big Mama's house, about them not listening as well in what he wanted and the camaraderie of family, and whether you get a chance to see them or not. Now I do know, excuse me, I do know that there are some things with family that are not good. There are some things that are secrets that have been hidden within the family, some things that people haven't talked about in 30 or 40 years, people things, that they haven't talked about in forever, unspoken things that have happened, whether, I'm saying, no matter whose fault it is or no matter at which Richter scale it is, there are some things that have been detrimental to people's families and that have hurt the camaraderie, like I said, that coming together. And it's just been like I said, it's just basically throw a monkey wrench in everything. So, again, I'm looking at both of those movies. Both of the families were similar. There's always been that one person to try to hold it together, and it's just like, okay, what I'm saying, Big Mama was the one for their family, and the other person was Bow Wow's mom. He was in a movie, and just like I said, it just makes you think about like, hey, you know time is short, and we don't want to sit here and wonder about yesteryear and things like that. It's are you going to be who you were meant to be, and are you going to be doing what needs to be done, before you move on with your life? And I just think that that is something that the mom, like I said in the other movie before she passed, that's what she was trying to tell all her kids. Like, all you gotta do is argue, all you do is bicker, all you do is fight, all you do is, talk about each other's problems and issues. And you guys don't ever pray for each other, and you guys don't ever check on each other, and you guys don't ever, see about each other. It's always at odds, keeping people at arm's length or arm's distance and stuff like that. And she's just like, when are y'all gonna come together and quit all this foolishness? And it shouldn't take me dying for you to come together to get, to get things done. Because usually it's always after one of the, the people in the family are gone, where people, they try to, rekindle and do things. And it's like, so for my word for today is for any of you guys that are listening is don't wait till it's too late. We've heard this before. We've heard it before. Like I said, I think I had made something similar of a podcast about this, a while ago, but don't wait till it's too late. Don't wait until somebody's on their deathbed to change. Don't wait till somebody's, taking meds and they're slowing down and, they can't do as much and this and that, for you to, get some things done and stuff like that. Don't wait. Don't wait until it's too late for you to do what you need to do to change or make things happen or even make a sound move. Just don't wait for it. What are you waiting for? Because tomorrow's not promised to you, nor me, nor anybody else. So I believe you can keep yourself healthy, well, and good, but ultimately everything is in God's hands. And some people wait until it's too late, and some people never get a chance to accomplish that. So that's what I am telling you today. If you need to forgive somebody, forgive. If you need to rekindle and reconnect with somebody, do that. If you need to hug somebody, hug them. If you need to talk to somebody and talk things out, do exactly that. If you need to be there for somebody more, then do exactly that. If you need to love on somebody more, do exactly that. Do not wait to do whatever that you need to do. And some people, like I said, unfortunately, they don't get a chance to. Well, every day that you have a breath, every day that you are well, and you are healthy and you're good and you can run around and you can handle all these other things you meant to handle. Guess what? It is meant for you to do it. Go ahead and handle your business now. Do whatever you need to do now. Be be gracious and loving and caring and kind and compassionate more now. Do whatever it is that you need to do, whether you need to call your mom, call your dad, call your brothers, call your sisters, love them, text them, talk about them, open up that door back. As long as it is good and your peace of mind and your mental health and your how your life is going and things like that won't be affected in a negative way, then I suggest that you open up that door. Because some people are not ready to rekindle and they're not ready to come back and talk and things like that. And that's okay too. Space is needed and boundaries need to be set. But again, like I said, leave no stone unturned. Do whatever it is that you need to do to be there for whoever you need to be there for in their life. Love, create, grow, help them, and continue to be better every day. And like I said, just be more of a family if you can, be more of a friend if you can, and do whatever it needs, like I said, it needs to be done. And continue to be a glowing and guiding light for somebody, because you never know what somebody's going through, and you never know who's going to need you, and you never know who's going to need more prayer, who's going to need more strength, who's going to need a shoulder for you to cry on, anything like that. You don't know what's going to happen, but make sure that door is open and make sure that you do whatever it is that you need to do. This is One Accord Level 2 podcast. Again, be blessed, be safe, be well, and I'll see you on the flip side.